Just when you thought your life would be better off not hearing about Karens ever again, it turns out there's Karens and Kevins in the police force. Yeah, you heard me. I mean, we all knew this already. It's not that hard to believe there are people in the police force that have no clue what they're doing and are solely there just because the power they have in the power of their hands is ridiculous. Welcome to Completely Stupid, the show about stupid people doing completely stupid things. I'm your Australian host, me, the idiot, and let's get into the clips. First up, we have a very intriguing traffic stop. Now, we have no idea why the traffic was these guys were stopped in the first place. It's not context we get given here. And ultimately speaking, it doesn't matter too much because these police officers decide to go on about how these pills are not allowed to be within reach of drivers because they're narcotics. I'll just let you watch the clip here.
So, I'm going to explain this very quickly. If you don't unlock this door, you'll be charged with obstruct police. Okay?
I have.
The door was open, and now you locked it.
I have a video.
In plain sight, she had pills in the door. So
That's my pills, though.
Okay, that doesn't make a difference.
To the driver.
Pardon me?
It's accessible to the driver. So under the law, if it's accessible to
This
the
is my
driver,
van, though.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
She is driving the vehicle.
No, it's my vehicle, though.
Then we're going to charge you with obstruct as well. So you need to open the door for us. Otherwise, we're going to have to take you out of the vehicle in a way you won't like. So
Why? What did I do?
The window will be smashed, and you'll be taken out of the vehicle unless you unlock the window. Unlock the door.
Okay, but what do you need the door unlocked for, though?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What?
Why do you need the door unlocked?
Because we need to find out what those pills are.
Oh, they're mine, though.
It doesn't matter.
So you're just going to look at the name?
Okay, if you don't open the door, man.
No, I'm just asking. Are you just going to look at the name on them?
Your vehicle is also going to be impounded and you're going to be stuck here.
No, I'm just asking. Are you just going to look at the name?
Sorry?
Are you just going to look at the name, like the bottle?
Absolutely.
Oh. That's all I have to say. Those are my pills.
Okay. And what's your name, sorry?
Ashley?
No.
Ashley?
Yeah? What do you mean, no? Those are mine.
I got that, but these are gabapentin.
Those are
within reach.
gabapentin, though.
Cancer.
I got that, but these cannot be within reach of the driver.
They
right?
weren't in the reach.
They
And your car
switched.
smells like weed.
How does it smell like
Your car
weed?
smells like weed.
So that is right in the cup holder or the
Yeah,
door handle
'cause
of the driver? That's the driver position of the vehicle. That is right there.
Because they switched spots before we drove in.
We're just
She was
switching because
tired.
I was tired.
But so then you were driving then.
Yeah, I was
And then it's still
driving.
within reach of a driver.
But I have
It doesn't-
cancer. I have colon cancer. I'm terminal. And that's why I have all these
But
pills.
you cannot have medication like that. That's within reach
I
of a
know I
driver.
have medication all over because I had cancer and I have to have access to it. I just got discharged from the hospital
Okay. When did you get discharged from the hospital?
like a week ago, and that's why I have all these pills. Like I was supposed to get more, and I
Which
have
hospital?
Thunder Bay
Thunder Bay. Okay.
Regional,
Okay.
and I have it from my pain doctor, Dr. Bizance, and he's the one who prescribed me all these pills, and I just picked them up, and that's why we have them in my
I'm
vehicle.
not disputing that, but you need to understand something. You cannot have these anywhere that is accessible.
But it's my vehicle,
hey,
though. Like, where would I put it? Where am I
Put it
going
on
to
the
put?
trunk then.
Why?
Put it.
I have to have it on my person.
That is so stupid. What? I'm sorry, but what?
Because I have to take them all the time.
Hi.
I take them
We have an
3-4
issue
times
here
a
where I let
day.
you talk, but you don't let me
No,
talk.
but I'm just saying I have to take them
Okay, so you
3-4
said
times a
that.
day.
Now listen, stop talking and listen to me. If you don't want to get stopped here, you're going to listen to me, okay? You cannot have a narcotic within reach of anybody in the front seat, driver's seat of the vehicle.
Well, I
Yours
did
or
not know that.
okay?
Like, can I just have my pills in?
But it doesn't. You cannot claim ignorance.
I'm not claiming ignorance because it's my
No,
vehicle.
listen,
I
but
was
you
just
cannot claim
driving.
ignorance, just like you cannot claim ignorance if you didn't know that you can't kill
No,
someone.
I wasn't.
You can't have open alcohol. You can't have narcotics in the front seat.
It's not narcotic. I
It
was
is
driving,
narcotics.
and I have
Gabapentin is a
cancer.
narcotic.
Though I just told you.
It doesn't matter. So you're driving under the influence of narcotics? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
You
because I'm
told me you
not
have to take
driving.
me- Right.
Yeah, and I have
But you
to.
told me you were driving. You got tired. You switched. You told me you have to take these 3 times a day.
Yeah, I do, and then it says right on the pill bottle,
Gotcha.
and it doesn't affect my driving.
Gabapentin does affect.
No, it doesn't.
It does. You
Not
can't
when
take
you
a
have
narcotic.
colon cancer and you're terminal.
I understand. It doesn't matter whether you have cancer. Cancer doesn't improve your
Yeah,
driving
it does.
Cancer improves your driving
No.
ability? It makes you a better driver?
It just
you are in
those
possession-
pills don't affect me
But
though.
I have no proof that you were the one taking them. I have no proof that she
Those
wasn't
are my
taking
pills.
It's probably the first time in a very long time I've actually interjected into a clip, because usually what I do is I watch through the entire clip, gather my thoughts, and then talk about it. What you heard just before in the middle of that clip was my genuine reaction to hearing what was said prior to that. So let's fill you in with some context for those you don't know. Now, I think the first thing to get out of the way, gabapentin may cause vision changes, clumsiness, unsteadiness, dizziness, drowsiness, sleepiness, or trouble with thinking. But it's one of those things where it isn't straight up you can't drive with it. It's more of a make sure you understand how your body reacts to this medicine before you drive. You're still allowed to drive when you have this in your system, by from what I can read. And furthermore to that, if you don't know what gabapentin is, it's a anticonvulsant medication primarily used to treat partial seizures and necropathic pain. It is commonly used medication for the treatment of necropathic pain caused by diabetic nephropathy, post-energetic neuralgia, and central pain. I butchered every single one of those words, and you can't tell me otherwise. But this just seems so ridiculous to me. And then from what I can, it seems to be one of those situations where, yeah, in theory, this can get you in a lot of crap in America, but at the same time, it's very ridiculous. And then furthermore to that, I'm just listening to this whole thing. If it was some form of prescription weed or alcohol, whatever, fair enough, makes sense. But this is pills, and these are prescription drugs that, at least via what is known, what I can gather on them, it's kind of one of those things where they are side effects that could affect your driving, but it's one of those things where you just need to know how your body reacts to it, and once you know that, you should be fine, kind of deal. And also, I love the brief moment when the guy decided to try and find another way to continue this mess and say, why does your car smell like weed? I'm glad that this was completely thrown out the window very quickly by them, and they decided to not pursue that further, because that's usually what I've seen police officers do in America when they have nothing else they can really use against someone. They just want to try and have the ability to search someone's car for no reason, which is ridiculous in the first place. This entire thing was just, what the hell are you doing? Here we have a McDonald's drive-thru worker that seems to be having a pretty not so great day.
Okay.
So if you got cash, I'll take the order.
Okay.
So tell me when you need it. I gotta go to lane 1.
Okay, I'm ready. I've been sitting here for the past 15 minutes, though.
Well, I can't do nothing about that. I'm taking orders.
Okay, and I'm giving you my order right now.
Well, do you have cash?
Yeah, I have cash.
Not cash.
Why would I have a cat right now? I have cash.
All right, well, you said cat. I don't have a cat.
I have cat.
McDonald's. Okay, let's go.
Can
I'm really busy right now.
There's
I don't
two
have time to be
cars.
chit-chatting.
Okay,
two
I'm not
cars.
chit-chatting. I'm trying to place my order, please. Can I get
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Can I get an order of large fries, please?
A large fry, okay. Anything else?
Can you give me a fish fillet with shredded lettuce?
Fish with lettuce, okay.
Shredded lettuce?
Yep, I got it. Anything else?
And an order of medium fries.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, go to window 2.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm just going to ask for a moment. Why do we still have these crappy microphones and speakers at drive-thrus with how much technology is advanced? Heck, the microphone I'm currently using that you currently hear is only $100. These are very common microphones you can throw around and treat like crap, and they'll live like mad. It's not that expensive to upgrade to somewhat decent microphones, decent speakers that people can actually understand in very simply. I can also understand that microphones on the outside of the drive-thru will always have their own issues because, well, it's just easier to have something concealed inside the big box than anything else, because it stops people from doing excess damage to them easily or just straight up stealing them. But it's just many questions on why are our drive-thru mics still so fucking bad. This is quite interesting. Basically what's happened here is this bodyguard the security guard's been watching things on camera and apparently saw this guy sit down and start just sitting here waiting, doing nothing for apparently just about 5 minutes, and decided to come out and go, hey, you're here loitering, can you shoo? And things on those lines. And, well, I'll just let you watch the clip here and formulate your thoughts.
What's your question?
Are you waiting for something?
Yeah, I am.
What are you waiting for?
It's none of your business.
Well, you're loitering outside of a closed
I'm
business.
loitering?
Yeah, outside of a closed business, and I'm
Okay.
I'm trying to ascertain what your purpose is on property.
Yeah, I come here all the time.
Okay, but
Yeah.
inquiring on your purpose.
Yeah, I just chose to sit here.
Okay, well, you can't be loitering outside of closed business. I have employees that are trying to get into the area.
Yeah.
And they feel threatened by
Oh, they feel threatened by
and
me?
you need to vacate the area if you don't have any association with the property or the business.
I do have association here.
Okay, which is?
Yeah, I come here all the time.
I understand that.
Yeah.
You've already stated that.
Yeah.
But that's not enough.
Am I being detained? Are you even a police? You're not even a police officer.
You're not even...
What are you? Are you a security guard?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what's the problem?
The problem is you're loitering outside of a closed business.
I'm
outside
loitering.
Business hours. Yes. Do you not understand what loitering is?
I understand. Do you?
Okay. Of course I understand what
Okay,
loitering
so
is.
do you feel threatened right now?
According to Penal Code Section 647H,
Great.
loitering is when you're occupying a space.
Yeah.
You have no business being
So
at
I sat here probably
aimlessly.
I sat here probably about 20 seconds ago. Did you see me on camera? Were you watching me on camera?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Again, I have employees that feel threatened by your presence.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
I wonder why that
as
is.
being paid by the property owner.
Yeah.
I'm paid by the owner of the property
Okay.
to deal with people that feel threatened by their tenants and their employees
Yeah.
trying to enter this facility.
Okay.
So you need to leave.
Oh, I need to leave.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because you're not only loitering, now you're trespassing.
Oh, now I'm trespassing.
Yes, sir. And refusing to leave
Yeah.
is a violation of subsection O.
You gonna call the
Penal Code
police?
Section 602,
You gonna call the police?
which means no. You can
Okay.
be arrested
Okay.
for refusing to leave per Penal Code 602.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
again, what is your purpose for loitering outside of a closed business?
Do you want me to really tell you the answer? Are you sure you want that? Because I got this all on video.
Hey, you and me both, dude.
Okay, great. So I live here, first of all.
What
So
do you mean you live here?
I live in Santa Barbara, first of
Okay.
all.
Okay.
And so I walked here,
Okay.
and I've been taking classes at Core Power Yoga for over a year now.
Okay.
And the class starts at 7 o'clock.
Cool.
And the door opens at 6:30.
Cool.
And I
That's all I needed to
actually
know.
got here before.
That's all I needed to know. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no.
Have a good day.
No, that's embarrassing, huh? Yeah, you should feel embarrassed. You should walk away. That's really embarrassing.
Because I unlocked the whole
Nah,
building,
bro. I know what's going
and
on.
I'm trying to
I know what's
ascertain
going
what's your
on.
purpose.
You see the hood. You see me. Yeah, it's
No,
like you
dude.
gotta do your thing.
Have a
Yeah,
good
so
day.
politely off.
Enjoy your
Literally.
class.
I'm hesitant to say that the security guard was in the wrong here. Yeah, maybe he was a bit cocky. Maybe he was a bit over the top with how he chose to do this and so on and so forth. He probably was like, hey, what's your reason for being here? Like, do you have a reason for being here? It's just kind of one of those things. Like, I get it. Loitering can be an issue, and he's trying to enforce that, so fair enough. But I also feel like at the same time, he probably came off a little cocky and things along those lines. And then the person behind the camera could have made things easier, saying, yeah, nah, I'm waiting for a class that opens up their section of the room soon. It's fine. And then that could have been the end of the story. That could have been it. Easy, done, no problems after that. But it seems like they had to go in the direction it is here. I don't know. Maybe I'm entirely wrong, and maybe that's not how it should have been. Let me know. What are your thoughts in the comments below? In this next clip, we got a group of good Samaritans who see someone getting abused and attempt to fix the situation successfully.
You can call the cops for yourself.
You're not gonna explain.
I don't even know if
She don't gotta explain.
If you have somebody on hold,
I seen you in the elevator being aggressive with her. Now you want to call the cops? Yes, I want to see call the cops. No,
stay with them unless
she's not gonna.
Look what she's look.
I don't care. Yeah, look at her. Look at how you have her. You have her like that.
Alexis, you gonna stay with him? Come here.
I'm not gonna let her go with you. Call the cops. Call the cops. I want to see you call the cops.
Hello?
I want to see you call the cops.
Hello? Hey, Google where the map is at. I'll call right now. Hello? Alexis, you're gonna explain to him.
Don't talk to her.
You're gonna do all this?
I'm sorry, we're getting involved in a situation where this person is like...
Motherfuckers like that come and go. They come and go. Let him threaten you. He left you. He left you. He just left.
More like successfully with an asterisk, because there are some other potential problems that may occur down the line. I honestly hope that she was able to get the help that she needed to keep out of the situation from reoccurring, but it wouldn't be too surprising that if the supposed abusive boyfriend knew where she lives, it wouldn't be too surprising to know that he turned up later to try and cause some trouble. But I hope and pray that that didn't happen and you got away, and that's as good as that. Either way, good on these people. Why is this in a Karen compilation? I will never know. In this next clip, we're gonna go is a bit upset that the kid is skateboarding across the footpath and decides to steal their skateboard.
That's theft. You know that, right? That's theft. That's theft. I'll call the cops on you, buddy.
Call him. Call him.
That's theft.
God, this is not your property. You're not getting it back. Okay?
Call him.
This skateboarder is on private property. You fucking anything on my board. I dare you. I'll do what I want. Fucking do anything. I dare you. I need $75 if you touch my fucking board. Fucking my kids snowboard. I don't skateboard, they do all that. I bought a lot of this.
Your kids. You.
Come and get her. Fucking.
Do it, Neil. What's he gonna do? He'll go to jail. Go to jail.
Well, I'm not gonna hit him. But I'm not gonna hit this board back. No, I'm not. Touch me and see what happens. No. Tell me you're gonna leave and I'll fucking trust you. I don't trust you. Where did the cops get you? Fucking redneck fuck. You want to call me names?
I called you a fucking redneck fuck. That's what I called you.
Darren, just come up here.
Touch him. Do it. Oh, you'll get it back. Cops will get. You'll get it back.
You're allowed to. I guess if your parents let you.
My board.
It's called a free country.
I don't give a shit.
It's called a free country, buddy. What you just did is theft.
I didn't touch any of your property.
This is not right. You're not supposed to skate.
Well, it's not right for you to take my property. I spent money on that.
You call me names, I'll take your property. You call me names.
I don't care. You take my property out, I'm calling the cops. That's simple. My dad's calling you right now. Which I live on.
No, you don't. You live over there.
It's the same property.
Here's a simple short term for it. It's not your property either, mate. You can't stop someone else from riding down a footpath on their skateboard. At the best case scenario, you're inside of an apartment complex, which, yeah, technically the footpaths aren't exactly private, or public property or public use, but what if that kid lives in the apartment complex with their family elsewhere? What then? Now you're completely in the wrong. Not only are you wrong about him not being allowed to ride there, you're also in the wrong by just stealing the skateboard in the first place. And in the worst case scenario, you're on a public street, which means that it's public property, so anyone can ride down there. I'm assuming it's most likely an apartment complex, but still, at the end of the day, it's still not your footpath either. It's the rules of the apartment complex, and you can't just be there to enforce them and steal someone else's skateboard because you feel like they're breaking the rules. Like, that's not how that works, mate. How about you stop being so goddamn childish and grow the fuck up? Here we have an employee of the Southwest Airlines being a little bit unhappy with the customers today.
Suitcase, that's the seat in front of you. If you got something that won't fit, we gonna have to check that. And guess what? If you done check 2 bags over there at the counter, guess what you got to do? Give me a credit card, because it's gonna cost you $75. Anybody don't understand that? Talk among yourself and explain it, because I ain't finna say it again. Any problems? Yeah. Pray about it. It's gonna work out. Jamaica, whatever. Anywho, again, I'm Bernie, and as always, thank you for flying with us here at Southwest Airlines.
I mean, this is just funny and lighthearted. I just wonder how many people have just done the exact thing she's now talking about today in order to warrant this being talked about and made 100% clear to people today. Gotta be a fun day sometimes at working at airlines. Here we got the manager of a Target store deciding to kick this person out because they have what they claim to be a service dog, because they don't want to give any form of identifications or anything to actually recognize that it is a service dog, even though that's not required by law.
I'm really sorry, but I can't have a dog in here.
It's a service
it's against,
dog.
I would need to see a documentation. I will then, absolutely.
It's a service dog, and it's against state law and federal law.
Yes, I do. You do need to have documentation
on it. No, you
on
don't,
it.
sir.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and...
If you look up the Colorado
it's against
state
a health
law,
code violation to have a dog in
if you look up the
a
Colorado
food establishment.
state law,
Are you a GM? I am.
James, stop. If you look up the
I don't
Colorado,
see. It's also required that they wear
it's not required, sir.
outfit yet. So.
It's not required. It's a...
All right. Well,
if you go on your phone and you look up the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Okay. Well, this is private property, and I am asking you guys to
It's actually a public establishment.
No.
And you're open to the public.
It's privately owned, and I am asking you guys to leave.
Because I don't have a vest on my service dog.
Thank you. I'm asking you to leave.
Because I don't have a vest on my service dog. It's a service dog.
No documentation whatsoever.
You don't have to have.
It is a big deal. You can't have a dog.
This is one of those moments that, as an outsider looking into all these laws to do with service animals, I'm not only slightly confused by some of the decisions here, I can also understand why some of these decisions are made. So, according to the Americans with Disabilities Act laws, there's a bunch of different laws here, but basically the layman terms of it all, service dogs are not required to wear any form of identification whatsoever. They don't need to wear a vest, they don't need to have any form of marking to show that they're a service dog. Also, you are not required to have any of the documentation for it because by law, stores and places like that cannot ask you if that is a service dog. They can't ask you for any form of documentation to prove that's a service dog. They can't ask you if you've got any disabilities or what disabilities you have. They can't ask you anything in resemblance to prove that that's an actual service dog, which makes sense to a degree, because it means that you can't just look at someone with a service dog, know they've got a disability, and abuse them for having that. But also at the same time, it's a system that is very easily abused depending on how things can get enforced, because the list of breeds that can be a service dog is up there on the internet for everyone to look at. So if you have a dog of that breed, you can take it around everywhere, say it's a service dog, and that you don't have to prove that it is to anyone, unless potentially if some police officer along the lines decides to ask. But no store managers, no store in any way, shape, or form can ask you if it can ask for identification of that being a service dog, and legally they can't kick you out specifically for having a service dog. It's a very weird web of laws that, on one hand, I can completely understand of it because, it makes it so that it's very difficult to target someone with disabilities because there's no way to identify if they've got one or not. But at the same time, I think it can be very easily abused. Here we have an upset DoorDash driver who's gone back to the previous delivery in order to question the person they delivered for why they did a chargeback. And for those of you who are unaware, if you get enough chargebacks on your account when you're a driver, you can get your ability to do driving on DoorDash or Uber Eats, all the various platforms permanently. Like, you get removed and you're not allowed to do that anymore. So it does actually affect other people's livelihoods if you do chargebacks. Here's a clip.
Whatever y'all little ghetto people always trying to get a free meal. Y'all always, call her back. Call her back, because y'all always trying to get a free meal.
First of all, don't put your hand in my face.
Ghetto.
Don't put your hand in my face.
I'm gonna need for you to let these people know. I'm gonna start recording you. I'm gonna record it. Don't worry about it. I'm recording it, and I see the food right there. I see the food.
Move away from my door.
I wish you would, and I wish you would.
Move away from my door. Move away from this door.
I wish you would, ma'am. Don't worry, because I recorded all the food and everything in here. You old ghetto old trifling heifer. You trifling for that. You trifling. I'm gonna send this video to DoorDash. You trifling. Oh, dirty heifer. They always trying to get something for free.
Now I ask the question, do you think this person handled this entire thing the right way? Like, I can understand why we got here in the first place. I mean, heck, this is affecting her income because someone is selfish enough to attempt to get their food for free, even though they got it delivered by the delivery driver. Because, you know, charging back doesn't just charge back the money from DoorDash itself. So, no. It means that the person who's the delivery won't get paid for it whatsoever. And they've just wasted whatever amount of fuel to do that delivery, and that money's now just vanished, gone, completely kaboof. And as I said, it can get your account terminated as well. But also at the same time, you get caught doing enough false chargebacks, your own account can get terminated too. But I don't think it's that hard to make a new DoorDash account for getting deliveries. The clips. With this clip here, we are lacking the context of what happened prior to the recording because, well, of course we do. That's just how it goes. Anyway, it seems like this Lowe's worker is a bit peeved off at the people who are recording for one reason or another. Potentially, it's something to do with just there being complete and utter assholes worth of customers, and so they're being kicked out.
You lied.
I did not. He up and he got in my face.
Did not tell them that all he wants to do is pay
I would
for
like
his
to pay
stuff.
for my product. Can I pay for it?
If you're going to be rude, and I've already told you,
I'm
I have
rude.
asked you multiple times to leave.
You can just
Ask me to pay.
No, I've asked you multiple times. If you guys are going to be rude, and if you're going to act
What have I done?
intimidating,
What have I done?
your husband has acted intimidating.
not
He got up in my face. He
He'll leave and I'll
no,
pay for it.
I told you guys could not be in a
Why
specific
can I
area.
not? What did I do?
No, I have asked you guys to leave multiple times. If you guys are not going to listen, the cops are coming.
Okay.
That's fine. You can record. That's perfectly
But
fine.
all I want to do is pay for my goods and you won't let me.
Because you up and you got in my face,
What did I do?
and then once I asked you to leave again,
What
you
did I
got
do?
back in my face.
I'm as close to
I
you
am
as I've been
asking
all
you
day.
to leave.
I just like to pay for my things and leave. It took me almost an hour because you have no staff.
Okay, and like I said, if you have anyone who would like to apply, we will gladly accept their
So
application.
managers don't get paid to hire.
I am really curious on what happened prior to this recording in order to warrant the response that the staff member has given here. And from what the sounds of it is, they're possibly a manager. It's not confirmed. I'm not 100% sure of that. That's purely an assumption. But it just seems ridiculous that we got to this stage in the first place. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. The people behind the camera, I don't care what you want to say. Clearly, you did something that's a bit of a dick move towards this manager to warrant her just to want you to go and not even buy the products that you came in to buy, even though you clearly got them ready to go. Oh, and what was that sly comment that you cut off at the end of the clip? I just want you to speak up and say it again. Just so this microphone here can hear, you know? In this next clip, we got a Karen who's loud enough to be understood.
Program that the city pays. It is not illegal to yell here. Excuse me, ma'am. You are helped when you are visiting the city. Would you please ask your family to correct it? You have been fired and sued several times. I will now leave your bullshit store. You have been asked very loudly about your family's contracts. You do not live off this salary. Goodbye, with the understanding I asked quietly and it is not illegal to be loud.
Get the fuck out, lady. Fuck out.
Look at the broke out California asshole that can't afford to rent wherever you live.
Great victory for the people, man. Goodbye.
Well, I mean, at least I can understand what the hell you're trying to go on about, but it still confuses me. Or this contract you're under, your family's contract you're under, there's no way you live with that salary or whatever the... Like, it genuinely perplexes me. What is her thought process on that entire thing? What, like, from what I can gather, what does it fucking matter to you on how much another person earns in a different job that is no way in relation to you? You're literally just a customer. And yes, it's not illegal to yell, it's very, very disrespectful. And then slamming your hands on other people's property, that is potentially illegal, especially if you do end up causing some possible damage. In this next clip, we've got a Kevin who's highly offended from the words on a shirt.
You work here? You're a supervisor outside here?
I'm not offending you. You're offending everyone out here.
Bullshit!
You're saying fuck.
This is my
My
right.
children don't know that word.
This is my right.
My
This
children
is my
don't know
right.
that
It's
word.
called freedom of
They're
speech.
5 and 6 years
Really,
old.
I find that hard to believe.
My
you as a
children are
father.
5 and 6 years old.
You got a supervisor outside here?
My in-laws own it. My wife's in charge. Go in there and talk to her.
Good.
And go wear that shirt in there.
Absolutely.
Go.
Show me.
Go.
Show me right now.
My children are 5 and 6 years old.
Are your children here?
Do you think that I want them to see that shirt?
Here?
Do you think that I want them to see that shirt?
Here, sir.
That shirt is offensive. That's a bad word. You're saying bad words in front of children.
Is your children here? Are your children here? Please, let's go talk to your
You're
wife.
offending people.
Let's go talk to your wife right now. You got the balls? Does it make you feel like a big man? Go ahead. Keep on walking.
I'm not here for the politics, but my personal opinion, why do you have to be so offended over a shirt that just says fuck Trump? Like, who cares? Move on with your life. Here we have yet another Karen who's left her dog out in the car with the car closed up, and she gets confronted by someone else who saw it and tried to call the cops and opened up her door and so on and so forth.
Is that you guys?
Yeah.
You know that's like really dangerous to do to a dog.
Did you open our car?
No, someone else did, but I put water in there because the dog wasn't even like panting, and someone else wanted to call the police because you guys have been gone like 25 minutes, and it's like 90 degrees outside.
She's in the shade.
I know, but it's
So
hot.
it's not the shade, it's the hot. It's the heat.
You have,
The
like,
dogs
very
that size
little, like,
will.
hair going in
It's
and
like
out
3
of
to
there.
5 times the
Okay,
heat.
you know, it's really weird to like just come and attack me. Like, just be chill, you guys. Like, this is my dog, and I like had her for 8 years. I take really good care of my dog, and like I'm so, like we were coming back to check on her, you know.
Well,
You said you
the
take really good care of your
customers are the
dog?
ones who pointed it out, and they're the ones who opened your car, and they called the police. I don't know why they're not here yet.
Police about that? Like, that's
Your dog probably would have died if
Okay.
you didn't.
Are you
Someone didn't open
really?
it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's really hot outside.
We need to get her shaved. We're from Oregon, obviously. Like,
I don't think shaving will save your
You're
dog.
allowed
in
to
the
take
heat
your
like
dog
that.
everywhere around here, so you don't even need to leave her in the car.
okay.
Don't leave your dogs locked up inside of your cars, people. It's really that simple. You just put them on the leash outside the car. Just do something, not leaving them in the actual car itself that's closed off. Because, you know, there's multiple different problems. I stated before, but A, dogs will sweat a lot more than humans because they've got fur coats that make it far more difficult for them to lose heat when it's hot. B, if they're in the car locked up and you haven't put any water out for them at that point in time, they have no access to water. And that's really, really bad. They can get dehydrated pretty easily considering how hot it can get and how much sweat it's just bad. Don't do it. Like,